Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Why I won't sell this Rhodium bar for $20,000. Let's explore. Just as was the case $10,000 ago, the answer remains the same. In fact, I think I even had mentioned in that video, and there's a playlist of all of my Rhodium videos that will post in the end screen of this video. I was reluctant to sell it at $10,000 and am still reluctant to sell at $20,000. And looking back, you probably would think I was wise to have waited. Now, as the price keeps going up, many of you have encouraged me to sell this bar. But that is part of the psychology of what's involved in something like this. This Rhodium bar, Rhodium in general, has greatly outperformed any other hard asset out there, at least to my knowledge, especially in the precious metals world. It's part of the platinum group metals. Rhodium is the rarest. It's also the most interesting in a way. It doesn't have the density of a metal like platinum. Platinum is the densest of the platinum group metals, and it is a bit more dense than gold. But rhodium is an interesting metal indeed. And I was very fortunate to buy this metal at almost the bottom of the price that it has been in recent history. Rhodium was trading around $700 an ounce. And I was able to purchase this bar for quite a bit of premium, about a $400 premium, at $1,100. That's $1,100. And I only got one. Now, in retrospect, I wish I would have gotten more. But I bought it because I wanted an example of the precious metal. And it was the first time, and this is the first company, Baird Mint, that offered this bar as an investment type of bar. In other words, it comes in an assay card. It is Baird Mint is known for other precious metals, gold, silver, and the like. And they were the first to actually mint a bullion bar for rhodium. And so I would get it. Now, Pamp Swiss has since produced some as well once the price sort of stayed in that area. And I wish I would have gotten one of those bars as well, or three of them, one of each brand, and then one to sell if it got up in price. Now, I bought the bar understanding that before it had reached close to $10,000, but it had, and so I wasn't really counting on it getting back up that high again because of the way precious metals kind of move and operate. But this is a metal that is a part of what I refer to as fringe precious metals. In other words, they have mostly industrial uses, but you can buy them in bullion form. But this one is very difficult to find and very difficult to liquidate as well. Posted a video about that situation as well too, because I did research it just on the off chance that something would have struck me to sell. But as the price keeps going up, you have to wonder, when is a good time to sell? The price keeps climbing. But this is a speculative asset, and it is a hard asset for sure. It is real, it exists, and it is recognized, but there's very few places to liquidate. And as I mentioned in a prior video, upon talking to some representatives from only really 2, maybe 3 bullion dealers in the entire world who would take them, except for maybe Baird and Company, perhaps they would probably buy this rhodium bar from me, but I'd have to ship it to England in order to do so. But they would only give me the price of the bar in terms of the bid price. And there's the widest margin between bid and ask price for this bar than any other. I'll give you, for instance, gold is trading at about $1 between the bid price and ask price. And the bid price is essentially the price that you could sell it for to a bullion dealer. and the ask price is the price that is the basis from which you would pay. That is how it's priced in the markets to sell. And so gold typically trades at $1 between the bid and the ask. That's the spread between those two prices. Silver's spread is about a dime, 10 cents between silver, and that's been consistent for quite some time. Platinum is about $10, kind of like a gold is, about $10, because it's a rare metal, it's harder to fabricate and the like, and so there's that spread there. Palladium ranges a bit, about $250 or so. Sometimes it's 300. It ranges. But rhodium's spread between bid and ask price is a lot more than that. It's $2,000 spread between the bid price and ask price. So last time I had done a little research on selling it, well, one place would give me a little bit under bid price, which would be understandable considering the burden it would be placed on them to kind of liquidate that bar and to sell it. And then you have the other companies who may have a buyer, and they would pay me spot price, a bid price. In other words, at the time 14,000, or right now 18,500, if they have a buyer for it. And so if I were to call them tomorrow, they may not have a buyer for it. But here's the thing, I'm not selling. That's right. See, the collector in me is strong. And I've kind of have proven that throughout. There's several members of the community who tease me for holding on to it because I just want an ounce of rhodium. They say, well, hey, maybe you should sell this ounce and buy a tenth of an ounce. That way you have an example and you can buy a bunch of gold with it. Yeah, but it's something about having a full ounce of something. That ounce, 1 ounce, just something about that. The substance of it, the feel of it. Although rhodium really isn't all that much of a metal to look at. It's not particularly attractive as far as its hue, as far as its brilliance, as far as its density. There's not really much there that leaves one to really be drawn to this metal. But there's just enough for me that I'm going to hold on to it, and because it is a metal that is one of the 5 big precious metals, and gold is number 1. Then you've got silver, and then you have the platinum group metals, the other 3, which is platinum, palladium, and rhodium. And so therefore, it's a metal that I kind of just hold on to as an example, so that I can say that I have all 5 of those in 1 ounce size. Yes, indeed, in 1 ounce bar size, although various different mints. It'd be nice to have one of each mint, or of each brand. In other words, it'd be nice to have a PAMP Swiss platinum, rhodium, palladium, silver, and gold bar, which I don't have that. That would be the ultimate collection to have. But alas, is the case. But, the one thing about this bar is if I ever need to sell it, well, I would do okay and be able to probably pay whatever emergency expense that would come up, that would arise, that would reason to do it. But thankfully, I'm blessed to not have to be able to do that. And even as such, when I made the video about trying to sell this rhodium bar, and I use that term loosely, it's just a fact-finding mission. The facts could change now. Situations could change, as was explained to me over the phone about this. But nonetheless, with a metal like this that has essentially, by the time I bought it, and what the asking price is, $20,500 now, you're looking at quite an increase in performance. It's at a 1,763.64% increase. If I needed to sell this bar, and the one organization that would take it, that would buy it for me at bid price, that's a 1,581.82% increase. So there is that, but of course you'd have to pay shipping fees and to ship it out there, and insuring something like this. I don't even want to begin to guess on how I would insure it to ship it out. So there is a quandary there. And then taxes on the collections and the sale of the bar is another quandary. So I'm in quite a pickle here in some ways. So that is something to kind of consider if you have something like this and it explodes in price. What do you do? People that hold Bitcoin have that problem, but it's a digital asset and it's obviously easier to liquidate in some manner or form. But I've found issues with liquidating Bitcoin as well. Technically, if you kind of got to know what you're doing and have the right wallet, depending on where you want to spend it or how you want to liquidate it. But nonetheless, first world problems, correct? So there you go. So that, because to sum everything up, because I'm a collector, because I want an example of each of the kind of metals, the precious metals that are in bullion form, and this is only a recent thing since really about 2016, 17, when they started making these and assay cards and providing bullion pieces like this. There is a bullion coin as well too, the something Snow Dragon or something like that Kitco sold. Otherwise, to be able to have an example of this is more valuable to me than 20 grand. So there you go. So post your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you will check out my journey with this bar from the time of purchase. And I did post a video of it when I purchased it, to me contemplating liquidating it, to this video on why I will not sell this Rhodium bar for $20,000. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.